It's a question I have been asked on more than occasion. Why are INFJs so difficult? INFJs are very difficult to intimately know and understand. They are known for being the rarest Myers-Briggs personality type, making up less than 1% of the population. They are also known for being highly private and loyal. This video will explore some of these mysteries and try to give you an understanding of why INFJs are so difficult. First, people believe you are odd and distant. Others view INFJs as a bit peculiar. Moreover, INFJs are somewhat unpredictable. Nobody knows whether they will catch us beaming with joy or sobbing uncontrollably. Since we are so inwardly focused and emotionally oriented, we can sometimes appear rude or distracted. In addition, we require a great deal of alone time to recharge and analyze our emotions and motivations. We're not snubbing people, we simply exist in our inner world, which consists of a constant jumble of thoughts and emotions that we must slowly sort through. Second, everything must be planned, sometimes months in advance. I used to joke with my friends that they needed to notify me 3 months in advance if they wanted me to be present at an event. I frequently plan everything. My week, including daily activities and meals, is typically planned by Monday morning. It can be tedious, but I simply cannot make decisions on the fly. I become anxious if even a minor aspect of my life is uncertain or unplanned. Even worse, a sudden, unanticipated change to my schedule can feel disastrous. As an INFJ, I find it extremely difficult to be flexible, which I am aware frustrates others. Since our inner lives can be so jumbled and intense, all INFJs require some form of routine stability. Third, within seconds of meeting you, complete strangers reveal their deepest secrets. Something about INFJs compels strangers to divulge every detail of their lives. It occurs repeatedly, whether in the produce section, on an airplane, or on the street. Perhaps people perceive our empathetic nature, which compels them to share extremely private information with us immediately. This is not always a problem, but it can be jarring when someone we have just met reveals that they never felt their father's love. Fourth, you overanalyze everything you say and everyone else's as well. Occasionally, it takes me hours to compose an email. I labor over each sentence. What if the person interprets it incorrectly? Does it sound vicious? Will this make the individual happy or sad? Is it possible for them to misunderstand what I'm trying to say? And before I know it, a quarter hour has passed, leaving me with only one sentence. It also works in reverse, as INFJs obsess over what others have said, attempting to decipher their true meaning. Fifth, you are in an existential crisis due to excessive self-reflection. Overthinking is a significant obstacle for almost all introverts, including INFJs. Occasionally, an innocent thought about how to solve a problem escalates rapidly into a full-blown existential crisis. Once caught in this crisis, it can be extremely challenging to escape. Existential crises are frequently precipitated by the need for a distinct purpose or mission. When analyzing every aspect of our current job, for instance, we may discover that there is no overarching purpose. Then, we may wonder why we were placed on this damned planet in the first place. As we search endlessly for purpose and meaning, these crises of thought can dampen our enthusiasm and motivation, which is why INFJs must learn how to deal with overthinking. 6. You can be very critical of yourself. INFJs exemplify the definition of a perfectionist to the letter. 98% on the exam? Not sufficient, it could have been perfect. Resolved a dispute. Could have completed the task in a different or more efficient manner. Regardless of our accomplishments, we always wish we had performed better. In every project we undertake, we scrutinize each and every detail in an effort to attain perfection. It's admirable for INFJs to strive for perfection, but sometimes they must accept that there are limits. 7th, you bottle up and conceal your emotions, but then they explode. True to our INFJ nature, we rarely wish to burden others with our emotions. Some INFJs may even consider their emotions to be a burden on others, so they keep their feelings to themselves. However, INFJs are human, and eventually their emotions must be expressed. And when they do, it's essentially an unforeseeable avalanche of epic proportions. Even worse, we will likely feel guilty immediately afterward. Everyone has their own problems, so shouldn't we refrain from burdening others with ours? Wrong. INFJs must be reminded that emotional expression is healthy. 8th, you are easily drained by the emotions of others. Our acute inner senses readily detect what others are experiencing or feeling. Then, we are likely to adopt these emotions, which complicates the desire to make others happy, stated in the second clause. Obviously, this is useful when deciding on a course of action or debating what to say in a particular circumstance. We make effective counselors, healers, and advocates due to our profound empathy. However, it can also be extremely exhausting, particularly when experiencing contrasting, intense emotions. 9th, you may appear possessive and needy. Here's the deal, INFJs are incredibly loyal, and when they love more deeply and fiercely than they are able to comprehend. They desperately want the people in their lives to feel valued. However, this behavior can backfire, as constant communication and "How are you doing?" questions can be counterproductive. "Are you okay?" can be perceived as possessive. It's strange because, as introverts, the last thing INFJs want is to be the center of attention. We simply want to make sure you're doing well and let you know that we're always here for you. Even INFJs may be surprised by their own behavior, as this personality type is typically quite independent and even aloof at times. 10th, you feel both very old and very young at the same time. This is somewhat challenging to explain. It is said that INFJs possess ancient souls. I do not mean this in a snobbish, "I'm so wise"-like manner. We just occasionally feel extremely world-weary as we seek inner peace and significance in everything we do. Complex, correct? Although INFJs have been known to struggle with depression, this is not necessarily the cause. Rather, it is a bittersweet melancholy, as if we have been alive for over a millennium. We also enjoy laughing, dancing in the snow, playing in the meadow, watching Disney films, and having pillow fights. This perpetual tension between youth and maturity is unquestionably a source of inner conflict for us. 11th, you feel worthless when you are unable to make others happy. As INFJs, our greatest desire is to make others happy. Some INFJs are known to sacrifice anything and everything for their loved ones, so long as it makes them happy. Obviously, this can result in burnout and resentment. Sometimes, we want to help our loved ones in a healthy way, but they block us out. However, as INFJs, we will still sense that something is amiss despite their actions. The problem escalates when we realize that we are unable to assist, despite our desire to do so. A sense of worthlessness can have far-reaching effects on our sense of self-worth and quality of life. Whether you experience one, several, or all of the problems listed above on any given day, it is essential to remember that you are not alone. Keep your chin up and embrace your talents and sensitivity. The world needs INFJs.